Now we really wish to have API gateway in front of our function, just like we've done from before. So we'll have to go ahead and modify that template.yaml file to add some API gateway related stuff. For this, very easy. We go back to our examples and we should be looking for an API gateway. For example, there's a API gateway authorizer. It's not exactly what I want. I'm more looking for a microservice type of stuff. So let's just scroll down and here we get microservice endpoint Python 3. This sounds about right. So let's close these things. And so here we have a Lambda function, a template.yaml, and let's open these two files to see how they work. So the Lambda function itself is now very simple. It's just going to return a little bit more stuff, and it uses a DynamoDB table, so we don't need DynamoDB right now. But what I want to do is just copy this whole document, and we'll edit it as we need. So let's go and copy this, and we go to our app.py, and I'm going to paste it. So we have a Lambda handler function, and this is great. For now, I'm not going to need DynamoDB nor a table name. We'll use this in the next lecture. For now, I'll just remove it. And there's a respond function to return either error or result, and I'll keep this function because it works great. And this is exactly the kind of format that the API gateway expects us to have. So I'll keep this respond function. And for the Lambda handler, I'm going to remove all the comments. We can print to the log what event was received. I'll remove any operation. And the only thing I'll do right now is say respond, and there's no error, so I'll say none. And the result is equal to hello world. Okay, so we're just returning hello world, but this time in a format that the API gateway likes, which is a JSON format with a status code, a body, and a header. Next, we have to modify that template.yaml to include some API gateway related stuff. So let's go back, and here we have the template.yaml, but now we have more stuff in it. So let's see what we're going to need to have. If we take a look at our Lambda function, now what was added in it is there was an event right here that was added, and this event adds an API. So let's just copy this event one by one. And so we're creating an API, so we'll call it hello world SAM API, and the type of it is an API, and the path is going to be hello, and the method is going to be get. So we're saying, okay, whenever we go to /hello with a get method, we should invoke our Lambda handler. So we didn't add much things, we just added this event and modified the app.py code, but already we're going to have an API gateway installed for us by the SAM framework. So let's go ahead and run our commands. So we don't need to recreate the bucket because the bucket was already created for us, but I will need to run the CloudFormation package again. So I'll run the CloudFormation packet, and it did upload the artifacts and updated my generated template. So now if we look at the generated template itself, again, the S3 URL was updated for us automatically. Let's close this, and now we're going to run the CloudFormation deploy command, and let's do this right now. Up CloudFormation deploy, and now we're waiting for the changes to be created, and when after it's going to be created, it's going to be executed to our CloudFormation. So now let's go to CloudFormation. Here it is, and if I refresh, I see that now there is an update in progress. So now a lot more things are going to be created. I'll just pause until things are done. The update is now complete, but now it turns out that we have a lot more resources being created. Remember before we only had 2 resources, and now we have Lambda function permissions, IAM role, API gateway stage, deployment, and REST API. So there's a lot of stuff that was created for us automatically from, again, quite a simple and readable template.yaml file like this. So this is the whole power of SAM. It really allowed us to generate a complex CloudFormation template that was executed by CloudFormation and generated all these things for us. Now, not just talk, let's just go and see in the API gateway what happened. So if we do type API gateway and go here, we're going to see our API gateway. Now there's a hello world SAM API that was created for us. And it turns out that we have a get resource on the hello path right here. So I click on get, and we can see how it was being configured. Obviously, we can have more configuration parameters available in SAM, but that was pretty minimal what we have. And if I click on tests, and click on test right here, we should be seeing a internal server error. So something is wrong in my function. And so it turns out that yes, indeed, I forgot a return keyword, basic mistake, but I'll keep it because it's fine. I'll have a return missing. And so that's okay. More practice for us. Now we're going to run the commands again. So I'll run the package command and deploy command all at once, one after the other. So it goes a bit quicker. But so we see that we can quickly iterate on the errors I make in my CloudFormation, in my serverless and Python files, just using this CloudFormation package and CloudFormation deploy commands. So now basically after this update, we should be all good. So let's go back to our CloudFormation to see if the update is complete. Yes, the update is complete. So now if I go back to my API gateway and retest our function, now we get a good response called hello world. So now I fixed my problem and we have an API gateway. We could even see that the stage was deployed. So we have a prod stage and now we have an invoke URL. And so if I go to the /prod/hello, then we get hello world and everything is working just fine. So that's it. We've just added an API gateway stage to our SAM file in no time. Let's see how we can add DynamoDB now.